Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa D'Amico, curator for the Come As You Are virtual art exhibit being hosted by the Cultural Alliance of Western Connecticut. And I'm speaking today with the super talented photographer, Michael Kraft, who has two photos in this exhibit.
I,
Michael, it's so nice to talk to you. We rarely speak.
I, we hardly ever speak anymore.
So you have two pieces. One is called Blue, and the other one is called In Bed. Let's
Yes.
start off with Blue. This one is, it's just stunning, visually mind-blowing.
Well, it's kind of funny because one of I, it was a photo I took quite a few years ago. Well, before COVID, so it is a couple of years ago. And I know that you had commented on it a time or two when I had first posted it, but I had never really, you take so many photos and some of them just kind of get lost. So when this came up, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh my God, it's an art exhibit and there can be bodies, which of course I shoot. And usually I can't show these anywhere. So this was like a real treat. I mean, of course, Blue is really, he is wearing a jockstrap. So it's not totally nude. But this was actually just kind of experimental. I had actually seen I think I had seen another photographer use either I think it was a blue light on a black model. And I was like, wow, this really looks incredible.
It's such an interesting interpretation of the nude body. I wasn't sure if this was like a photo editing effect. Would you actually use blue light?
Yeah, it was, I use gels on my lights a lot of times, but usually I use the gels for more for the background and not necessarily for the person. And actually I should do it more because I haven't done it as much anymore. That was one of, I don't even remember how that came out. We were shooting and I had him lay on the ground and I must have had a blue gel on and I was like, let me see what it looks like. And that's how it came about. Because a lot of mine, unless I have something really specific, which usually I'll shoot with models, something, a project that I'm working on, but then I'll also shoot some other things for them to use since I would hold those back. So yeah, it was probably just a last minute, like, okay, try this and we'll see how it comes out.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. The next one you did is In Bed. I love the facial expression on your model in the photo. It's great. But Michael, I also really love what you wrote. Part of your narrative for this was, I think it's high time we make the male form just as normal to see as it is to see a woman's body naked. And you know what? I think you're right. I think they're, I'm so accepting and I'm so used to seeing the female form in photos, nude, in sculpture and so on. And besides really like David, who we're used to as a nude sculpture,
Right.
there's not a lot of male nudes that we're exposed to anymore. And it becomes, you're right, it becomes taboo, which is sad because it's just as beautiful as the female form.
Absolutely. It's, yeah. And most of my, I mean, of course, and I love, though people may not realize this, I love shooting with women. But basically, I love shooting women, not that I wouldn't shoot nudes with a woman, but I really like having them dressed up. I love the accessories and the makeup and the hair and the different outfits. I love doing that. And we've seen so much female nudity that I take my male models and I feel like I put them in the position that women have been in for, thousands of years.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, it should be it should be normalized and people shouldn't be so I think we have, I think a lot, I hate to say this, but I think it's true. I think a lot of men are very, um, oh God, I'm lacking the word.
I think I really think it makes
Men uncomfortable.
That's it. Exactly.
Men are intimidated. Men are intimidated, but I don't think, I've never heard of, like, I've heard women, not gay women, but women just in general, who will look at a nude woman's body and they'll say, oh, you know, this or that or whatever. Most men are kind of like, you know, you'll like say, well, haven't you ever been in a locker room and seen a man? Oh, no, I don't look. Oh, you know, how can you? It's there. It's right in front of you. Tell me that you do not see someone walking by you. I mean, men have such a hang up with seeing the male body. I think that's why we don't see it, because it's still not, it's of course okay in the gay community, but I don't know how accepting people really are in the straight. It's probably changing a little bit in the straight community, but not much.
Not fast enough.
No.
Well, for everyone listening, please go to cawct.org, see Michael's exceptional photographs. Also click on the link so you can see more of Michael's work, and also follow him. Michael, your work really, like you said, it really runs the spectrum. You have women, you do very like narrative, constructed storylines in your photos. Then you do very simple, beautiful, poetic photographs. So I think that there's something for everybody in your portfolio.
Yeah, that's kind of what I like. I like having a variety. Unfortunately, that doesn't wash all the time, because, you know, you're making one or the other group, and, you know, someone unhappy. But sometimes you just have to go, well, this is what I do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.